Have you ever heard about Wellington, Florida? Well, this spectacular place has a lot to offer. However, if you are considering moving into Wellington, Florida, there might be some things that you wouldn't like. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the pros and cons of living in Wellington, Florida. Hello friends, my name is Edwin Gonzalez with Scutina Signature Real Estate Group and the Couple Team. Basically, if you're tuning into this channel, it's because something in the thumbnail or the title caught your attention. Maybe you're trying to find out more information about what it will be like to be living in the Wellington area. Maybe you're trying to find out more about the different neighborhoods, the houses that are for sale, the schools, everything. If, something about Wellington that might interest you, then feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna be sharing with you what it will be like or what it will feel like to be living in the Wellington area. So now I got five topics. That I'm gonna be sharing with you. So now let's begin with number one. Okay friends, so we need to start with one of the things that I like more about Wellington, and that is the location. Where is Wellington located? Well, Wellington is located in South Florida, in Palm Beach County, and maybe we're talking about 30 minutes driving west from the city of West Palm Beach. Another thing, I have a lot of relatives coming to visit me from out of state, from different parts, from Puerto Rico and from many different areas coming to visit me. And if you're like me, who you're planning to have a lot of family coming or friends coming from out of state, then Wellington might be a really good area. Why? Because we're not that far from the PBA airport, which is maybe I would say like 15 20 minutes from the airport. Now, one of the things that I don't like is that the airport usually is a little bit more expensive than what it is Fort Lauderdale Airport or even Miami Airport. Now, based on the location, some of you are going to prefer the beach and some of you are going to prefer the lakes. So Wellington has a great location because basically we are 30 minutes away from the beach area. You have the Lakeward Beach, you have the town of Palm Beach area also, and it's only like 30 minutes driving. Now Wellington is more lakes. So basically you can go to Okeechobee Park, or you can also go to the Wellington Environmental Place, but you can have that feeling, about what it's, to be around lakes. So the location in Wellington, I would say, is the pros, and there might be some cons there, but not many of them, Another thing that I like is like Wellington is pretty close to two major intersections. There's the Florida Turnpike, which is like a few minutes away, and there is I-95. Now the cons here is that in the turnpike you're gonna have to pay tolls. Now on 95 you wouldn't have to pay those tolls. However, you're probably gonna have to drive a little bit farther, so it's not that far. But for you to take I-95, it will take you 25 minutes roughly, and with the turnpike it will be only like 5-10 minutes, maybe less. So basically, based on the location, the turnpike will be your best option to go either north and south. But if you're driving, there's areas where you can just get off turnpike and hop into 95 pretty quick. So the location, I believe, is great in that area. And now let's go to number two. Okay, so the schools in the Wellington, Florida area. One of the things that Wellington is pretty well known is because it has one of the best schools in the county. Basically they are above average ratings, and I'm gonna put a link in the description below so you can go and take a look at the different schools and check out their ratings. But the good thing about Wellington is that you also have some charter schools. And for many of you that don't know what a charter school is, basically it's a school that is written by the public. You know, it gets all the information from public schools. However, it's private. But if you live in the county, you can be in that school. So you don't have to go to one of the neighborhood school. You know, the one that if you're in a certain neighborhood, then you have to go to a specific school. Now you can take advantage. Maybe you live in a different area, but in the county, and you can go and be part of the Wellington community as well. So to me, that's really important, because you know, you want to have your kids, you know, one of the best educations. And Wellington, like I said, you know, you can check out the rating. It has one of the best ratings in the whole county about the school district. Okay, so now let's go to number 3. Now let's talk about the attractions. What is there to do in Wellington? There's a lot for people to do in Wellington. You know, there's the different parks. You can do all kinds of sports. You can do, you know, I'll say like soccer, football, basketball, baseball, you name it. And for some of you that I don't know if many of you know that Wellington is most recognized for being the polo capital of the world. You know, so for you that like the equestrian lifestyle, then Wellington definitely is it. You know, it has a tournament once a year, and actually it gets like really packed. So that's another thing, you know, when it comes to things to do in Wellington, that's a lot to do. You can go and see the tournaments. You have an amphitheater. You get plays. You get to see plays. You get to see musicals. There's a lot that for you to do in the Wellington area. Also, if you're like me, then you may be thinking about the restaurants. Now, believe it or not, there's some places in the area that there's not many restaurants, but Wellington definitely is not the one. You know, there's pretty much every cuisine for everybody. You know, there's Mexican, there's Indian food, American food. You just drive around Wellington and you definitely will see a restaurant that definitely most likely is going to catch your attention. One of the things that for some of you that are trying to do some indoors activities, then maybe shopping might be your best option because Wellington is also recognized by the Wellington Green Mall, and that mall pretty much is amazing. You know, it has a lot of different stores, have a movie theater, food center, and you know, has a lot of things for you to do. So in the area, in the county, there's actually 3 major shopping centers that I really love, and definitely Wellington is one of my favorites one. So if you're looking to do some indoors, now you know you have the Wellington Green Mall. And if there's also museums. Also, there's the art center, the art society, and you know, there's a lot of things to do here in Wellington. Now, if you're more like doing outdoors activities, then definitely Wellington it's it. Why? Because you know, there's a lot of options, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to share some clips here, but definitely you're gonna see, you're gonna be able to do like a lot of different outdoors activities that you're gonna definitely enjoy with yourself or with the family as well. And now let's talk about the weather. You know, many people like talking about the weather in Florida, like there's something like they have to emphasize in something and there's not. I mean, I personally don't like to brag about it. If you are living in the north area, then I don't know why you're still up there. There's, you know, the weather here is awesome, you know, and you probably already know the different temperatures, so I don't want to go into details because I want to be able to talk about the weather in Wellington. Well, in this area we have some rainy seasons, and Wellington, since it's a little bit farther from the city, there might be some on pavement streets. So they're still with dirt. So whenever it starts raining, then your car might get a little bit dirty. So not all. I mean, there's some areas that are not on pavement. Not all of them. There's some small areas, and that maybe it's something that you wouldn't like. But other than that, I think it's awesome. Why? Because even though you have the Florida weather, but since Wellington is more green, it has a lot of trees. You know, you get a lot of that breeze coming in, and I mean, I don't know about you, but I grew up, you know, in Puerto Rico, being behind my grandma's house, you know, laying down underneath the tree, reading a book. Maybe not. At that time I wasn't reading, but now I had to do it after, you know, I got a little bit older. But I actually started, you know, reading like doing a lot of reading after 18. But but anyways, I mean, I used to enjoy being, you know, in Puerto Rico, you know, feeling the breeze coming, you know, underneath the trees. You know, you have that shade, and it's just so it feels so relaxing from the you get to relax your mind. Imagine being, I mean, imagine this. West Palm Beach is the major city, so imagine if you are maybe working in that area, and you have all that hectic lifestyle. You know, a lot of people, they live their life a little bit faster in the city, and then you know, getting off from work and then going, you know, to your house, you know, with all that shade, you know, sun coming down. It's just so awesome. I love Wellington so much. And you know, for many different reasons. There's a lot to do. The location is great. Awesome schools, you know. And now let's go to one more topic before I let you guys go. Now, before I go, I would like to talk about the traffic. Why? Because imagine all that beauty, all those trees, all that shades, everything, and then having to be stuck in traffic, you know. Well, in Wellington, that will not happen because, you know, Wellington has one of the nicest areas, you know, has the nicest traffic when it comes to traffic. You know, I used to live in other cities before, and it's usually very congested, you know, and usually you get stuck in traffic. But in Wellington, everything is like far, but maybe not that far. So far enough for you not to get stuck in traffic, but not too far, you know, in order for you to be so close that you don't want to, that you have to go walking. You know, there's a lot of things that are not walking distance. Most of the time you're gonna need a car to be driving around. There's no subway. However, if you would like to take a subway, you know, you can hop into the city of West Palm Beach, because there's you know, there's the train there that you can, I think it goes all the way to Orlando, or it goes all the way down to Miami Beach. And also in Wellington, there's public transportation. So now I think that the only concern that maybe you will have about the Wellington traffic, it will be only on winter time. Why? Because, you know, we get a lot of tourists because of the polo tournaments, and we also have you know, a lot of the snowbirds. You know, they're probably living here only on vacation, only like a few months a year, you know. So you get a lot of those people that they're coming to live in I mean, they're probably coming from up north, different other states, and maybe they're living in West Palm Beach, in surrounding areas, but they still go to Wellington because Wellington attracts a lot of people. A lot of people like to go there and visit. It's very, very nice atmosphere. You know, there's a lot of things to do in the area, and you know, the population, I believe, is around roughly 65,000 people. So again, my name is Edwin Gonzalez with Scutina Signature Real Estate Group, and if you're considering Wellington, one of the areas, and you would like to know more information about it, and you would like to ask me specific details about the area, feel free to contact me directly, or maybe you can leave a comment. But for now, if you would like to know and learn more about the area, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell also, so you get notified, so every time I upload a video you'll get notified. So for now, thank you so much for being here with me, and have an amazing rest of the day or night.